Greetings, this is Brandon from altf4.co, and this is the week in review for week 46, November 14th through the 18th, 2022. All right, so this week we have another similar mix of topics, but on Monday I covered the election results. Now, mind you, this is primarily or exclusively based on my ballot, but I add some analysis on that, and that's probably the most impactful part of it. The second part is before I actually voted, I did some additional research. So if you listen to the podcast on the 7th, then this one on the 14th will make some sense in terms of my follow-up work. On Tuesday, I'm writing about bottling wine. So I wrote about making plum wine in September 2021. It's been sitting in the carboy for over a year now, I think, and been waiting to bottle probably 6 to 8 months, I would say. I give some my thoughts on bottling. I talk about how the wine came out. You can see the pictures of my setup in there if you're interested. I hate bottling, by the way, but some of it's a necessary evil if you're going to do wine. On Wednesday, I have a piece on making shelving, and I talk about my dilemma on a design shelf versus purchasing some hardware, the cost versus the efficiency and effectiveness of doing so, and sort of the cost analysis of which direction I chose. So that's Wednesday. Thursday, Tactical Thursday, I talk about putting in a new trigger in your hunting rifle. In my case, it's a Timney trigger, and I talk about the reasons why I looked into that and what I hope to get out of it, and maybe when I'll have some results from that. So stay tuned for that, I guess. And then on Friday, the Atlas Shrugged review is part 2, chapter 10. This is the last chapter in part 2. And this is a little bit of a wild card. I struggled a little bit, admittedly. I even talked about it when I was writing, about finding some meaning in this particular chapter. I kind of boiled it down to economics, if you will, and the strategy of getting rich. Now, I'm not rich, so apparently I'm not following my own advice, but I think that we all sort of know some of the fundamentals, even if we're not realizing them, and um, getting rich can take some sacrifices, which is probably why I'm not rich. So with that, make it a great week. We will see you next week for week 47. And this is Brandon with Alt F4. Remember to end your programming and do things that matter.